Hello my crafty friends, this is Monica from Allsewpetite. Welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to sew a lining zipper pocket. So if this is something you would like to learn, then keep on watching. To begin, take your pocket facing and on the wrong side of the fabric draw a rectangle for the zipper opening. So what I like to do is to take my pattern piece and cut out that window. This way I can just place my pattern piece on top, take my pen and trace the rectangle. Make sure you have midpoints marked as well, so it is easy for you to align. Now you can take your front lining piece and place the facing on top. So what you want to do is to make sure right sides are facing each other. You want to center the pocket facing on top, pin or clip those two pieces together. Otherwise, we're going to take this to the machine and we're going to stitch along that rectangle. So you want to be very precise, and to make sure you don't have bulky corners, I highly recommend starting somewhere in the center. So you're going to start somewhere here, go around the rectangle. So don't backstitch either on the beginning or the end. Instead, stitch over those first couple of stitches. Once you've got that stitched, you're going to take a ruler and your pen and draw a line in the center of that rectangle, but stop about 10 to 15 millimeters from each side. Here we go, just like that. Then what you want to do is to connect the end of that line to each corner. Here we go. When you are ready, you can take your scissors and cut the fabric along those lines. So what I like to do is to take a pin and pin it at the corner. This way, I don't have to worry about cutting too far, because what you want to do is to avoid cutting through the stitching line. So you do not want to cut through the stitching line. So by putting those pins at the corners, I know I don't have to worry about cutting my fabric too much. So next, fold your fabric in half, snip it in the center, and then you'll be able to take your scissors and cut along the lines. So take your time. Be precise. What you want to do is to cut as close to the stitching line as possible without actually cutting through the stitching. Here we go. Then you can remove those pins, and next you can take this to the pressing station. Now, using the opening, you're going to flip the facing to the back of your lining piece. So take your time, be gentle. You don't want to rip your fabric. Here we go. And then you can press the seams nice and flat. So I like to do that in two stages. So first, I'll open the seam allowance and I press it flat. I do that along those two longer edges. Here we go. And next, I'll be able to flip that down and press the seam nice and flat. If you do have any puckering or pleats around those corners, it means that you didn't snip the fabric close enough to the stitching line. So in this situation, simply take your scissors and try to snip the fabric slightly closer to the stitching line. Now you can take your zipper pockets and fold the bottom edge by 1 centimeter towards the wrong side of the fabric. So what I like to do is to take my piece and measure 2 centimeters from the bottom edge, draw a line. This way I can bring the bottom edge towards the line and press my fabric nice and flat. Now you're going to take one of your zipper pockets and trim it down by 1.5 centimeters. So again, you can take a ruler, measure 1.5 centimeters from the top edge, draw a line, then take your scissors and trim away that excess. When you are ready, you're going to take your number 3 zipper and place it along the top edge of your pocket. So you need to decide which way you want the zipper to open, from left to right or right to left, and place it in opposite direction. So for example, I like my zippers to open from left to right. So I need to place my zipper the opposite way. So it actually opens from right to left, just like that. So right sides are facing up. You're going to line up the zipper along the top edge. You can clip it or pin it to the fabric. Here we go. Then we're going to take this to the machine and we're going to base the pocket about 2 millimeters from the edge. Next, you're going to apply double-sided tape along each side of your zipper. Then take your front lining piece and we're going to place the zipper inside the window. So you're going to place the pocket like this. So the pocket is upside down. This way our zipper will open in the direction that we initially wanted. So now what you want to do is to remove the plastic cover from your tape and center the zipper inside that window. Here we go. Then you can take this to the machine and stitch only along the bottom edge. So if you want, you can backstitch at the beginning and the end. Otherwise, if you prefer more of a neat finish, you can leave long thread tails along each end. Then pull the thread tail to the back of the fabric and tie knots to secure them in place. So as you can see, I have the bottom edge stitched. I left long thread tails. So now I'm going to pull the thread to the back of the fabric. So I like to take a pin or a needle to do that. Grab on this little loop and tie a knot to secure those thread tails. Just like that. I do that a couple of times. Then cut the excess, and to prevent the knots from unraveling, I like to dab a little bit of multi-surface glue on top. Once the glue is dry, you can take this to the pressing station, bring the pocket down, and then you can press the seam nice and flat. Now you're going to take your remaining zipper pocket and apply double-sided tape along the top edge. Then remove the plastic cover, just like this. Take the other zipper pocket and your front lining. Place this pocket on top, so right sides are facing each other. You want to line up the bottom folded edges and your sides. Here we go. And then you can press along the top edge. So the double-sided tape sticks to the fabric. If you want, you can use a couple of clips to hold your pockets in place. Just like that. When you are ready, you can take this to the machine, top stitch along the remaining sides of the pocket opening. So if you want, you can back stitch at the beginning and the end. Otherwise, like previously, leave long thread tails, then pull them to the back of the fabric and tie knots to secure them in place. Next, you're going to fold the lining out of the way and you're going to stitch the pockets along both sides. Leave the bottom edge open as it is. We're going to use this opening later on to finish sewing the lining. And lastly, we're going to close the opening in our pocket. So what you want to do is to line up those two folded edges, clip them together. Here we go. Then you can take this to the machine and stitch close to the edge. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. If you did, let me know in the comments section. And if you would like to see more videos like this one in the future, make sure to subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Stay crafty, friends. Bye.